What's up, guys? This is the Gospel According to Mark with a C. He is I, and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. Thank you once again for joining me, my friends. And guys, now that we have a new president, it seems like it's the age of revenge. It's the time of vengeance. For everybody who supported the last administration, everyone is taking names and deciding what should be done to these people. I mean, honestly, I'm a little bit nervous, after the melee at the Capitol last week. I'm a little bit nervous because I know that somebody might find a picture of me at the Capitol on a field trip when I went there when I was in the second grade. And I don't feel safe, you know what I mean? So anyway, these people, I guess, have decided that, now would be as good a time as any to... let's go after Gina Carano again. Right. Let's go after her. I don't know what it is. Actually, I do. That makes these people zero in on Gina Carano. I think it's probably because she has the nerve to have her own opinion, her own way of thinking, her own free thinking way. And it should be scary to everybody that's just something that is not tolerated these days. Everyone wants groupthink. Everyone wants to be told how to think by CNN or Fox or MSNBC or whatever talking head fucking network you can think of. That's what people want. And it's scary to see how people just parrot what they hear on TV. That's the reason why a lot of you are called NPCs, because you're just programmed to say the things that you say. Most of the time, I can have a conversation with a lot of people and know what they're going to say. It's not cool for me to think that way. You know what I mean? That I'm talking to this person, but I'm probably about maybe 4 or 5 paragraphs ahead of them, because all they're going to do is tell me what they've heard rather than what they think. And when they hear someone say what they think, it's like there's a glitch. It's like there's a glitch in the matrix. There's a short circuit. Does not compute. So when you get somebody like a Gina Carano who is outspoken, who goes against the tide, then people are going to go in. But, here is the hypocrisy of the whole thing. Because in this case, you saw me do the story about Martin Luther King and how the Star Wars official Twitter page came under fire for their hypocrisy, for saying that, we believe in diversity and the struggle of the people and all this stuff, but they refuse to give respect to their so-called actors of color, right? So they came under fire for that. More people are beginning to recognize that. Finn was trending. The Last Jedi was trending, and it wasn't for a good thing. Bonehead, round-headed Ryan Johnson, you bastard. But anyway, so they decided to make this quote, right? And I want some people to think about this, right? The quote that they used on the Star Wars official Twitter page was, as you recall, "There comes a time when one must take a position that is neither safe nor politic nor popular, but he must take it because conscience tells him it is right." Now, at the time, I didn't bring Gina Carano into this discussion, but when you really think about it, doesn't that kind of describe what Gina Carano has been doing with her Twitter page? The kind of person that she is. She takes a position that is neither safe nor politic or political. It's not popular, but she must take it because her conscience tells her that it's right. Boom. All right. There it is. Martin Luther King would be on Gina Carano's side. All right. Not because of her specific opinions, but because he respects the fact that she has a conscience, which is something we should all have. We should all have a conscience that tells her or him or it or they or them or whatever the fuck pronoun you're going to use that you're right or you're wrong. Each individual is supposed to have this. In the old cartoons, you had the angel on one side and you had the devil on the other side. Go ahead, do it. No, Mark, don't do it. That's not a good thing to do. Fuck it. Go ahead and do it. And it's up to me to decide. All right? Not the government. Not some government official or elected. These elected officials are not there they're not elected to be our thinking, our brain. They're elected to do what we're telling them to do based on our conscience or conscience. That's the way it's supposed to work. And the real irony of this is that these people who are calling for all of this stuff, they're the product, they're the fruit of the tree of Disney Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy. You guys are the ones who called these freaks out, you know? And now here they are, waiting to pounce. Cancel culture, out of control. What are you going to do when it comes knocking on your door? You know? So here it is. You know, you have a talented, spirited, passionate, promising actress like Gina Carano who is being harassed, and you guys are not even in a position where you can help her or defend her in any significant way, because you already took this bullshit stance that says that you can't tolerate free thinkers. You know, how's that? You know, you even had Mark Hamill, you know, and I love, you know, Mark Hamill. I love him as Luke Skywalker and stuff like that. You even had him call out a Lucasfilm employee that he thought was, you know, far right or leaning right or going to a questionable social media site, whatever that story was. You know, it's not good. It's not good. Leave your politics out of your art. And if you're going to put it in your art, do it in an artful way. You know, stop being so damn heavy-handed where people can actually find themselves in danger of losing their livelihoods because of what they think. What do you want people to do? Start just pretending? Because people are always going to have opinions. That's why I don't like when people say, oh, you can't have an opinion about white people because you're black. Or you can't have an opinion about black people because you're white. You know what I mean? The shit never made any sense to me. All right? Everybody has a free-thinking brain that God gave them. And man or woman should not be allowed to tell someone what they can and cannot think. We have the right to be wrong. You know, what does that old song say? If I fail, if I succeed, at least I live as I believe. What happened to that? No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity. And that's the greatest love of all. Love of self. Being able to be who you are without somebody shutting you down. You know? I saw this story where it's possible they took Gina Carano off of a promotional poster for The Mandalorian Season 2 and replaced her with Ahsoka. Ahsoka was a guest star. A guest star. I mean, it was a great episode. It was great to see her, to me. But Gina earned her place in the cast of The Mandalorian. She's synonymous with The Mandalorian. You know, so why would you do that? I don't know. You know, maybe it's just something that had to be done. But in the face of all of this, and I know Disney sees it, in the face of all of this, that's not a good look. You know, to remove her and have people thinking that, yeah, it's because she thinks the wrong way, because she's an anti-masker. People got questions, man. You know, it is what it is. You know, fuck it. You can't just be dictated to. These people want to be ruled. That's what it is. And they're calling for this. You guys have to realize that's what they're calling for. They're calling for a dictatorship. And if we don't push back against it, then you might not see it in this generation, although the way things are moving, they're moving very fast, you just might. But don't you want better for your kids? Aren't you raising your kids to be free thinkers? Aren't you raising them to have questions? Aren't you raising them to have beliefs and values? We got to be very careful in these days right here. These are defining days. And I've been saying since my very first video, this is bigger than Star Wars. This is bigger than Gina Carano. It's bigger than all of us. We have to be careful about the way that we respect one another and regard one another and tolerate one another and understand one another. What is there to understand if we're all thinking the same way? We're the fucking Borg, man. Your feelings, your views, your interests, your values are irrelevant. Your traditions are irrelevant. We work for the collective. I don't know about that one, guys. It's something to think about. But all right, guys, look, that's all I want to share with you right now. And like I said, I encourage you to think about it. You can get in the comment section. You can like, you can share, you can subscribe, and you can catch me on Twitter if you care to. The link will be in the description below. All right, guys, thank you for rocking with me as always. I will catch you on the next one. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on.